Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. Excuse me, apparently I have the hiccups and they won't go away. So I'm just gonna keep on recording and pretend like they're not happening as they happen again. So anyways, this is a video I'm very excited to make. I've been wanting to make it for quite a while. Back in February, I don't know if you remember, I think it was February, Creative Memories came out with limited edition adhesives. They had photo tape, they had foam tape, they had new photo corners, they had extra strength crafting tape. They had all of these different tapes for us to choose from. And I was like, oh my gosh, they brought back photo tape. I know that so many people, love and adore photo tape. In fact, one of my good crafting friends, the very first time I met her, she pulled out from some photo tape and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to take a picture. My advisor ladies are going to love that. So I took a picture of her and her photo tape and everyone was like, I'm so jealous. Tell her I'll pay her for it. Anyways, all that to say is photo tape is back. Yay! Photo tape and foam tape are now going to be a regular part of our line. So that was all to say there was something I really wanted to teach you guys in February when photo tape came back for a limited time, but by the time I got my hands on photo tape, it had already sold out, and I really hate to show you guys how to use something when it is no longer available. So I put it aside and I was like, nope, not going to teach them that, not going to do it. Well, I got word last Friday that photo tape is now in the regular line. I was like, oh, now I know exactly what I'm going to teach on Tuesday because I can teach them this really fun technique, and they'll actually be able to get their hands on photo tape so that they can do it themselves. So what is that technique? I'll be teaching you guys how to make super cool, super fun fold out pages. So your 2-page spreads can become 3-page spreads or 4-page spreads, even 6-page spreads. So it's really easy to do. It looks kind of complicated, but it is so simple, and this is a technique that you guys are going to love. To complete this project, you are going to need a couple of traditional refill pages. It's important that you choose one of the refill pages that has the jeeping. We'll go over that in just a second. You're going to need photo tape, your multi-purpose tool, your 12-inch trimmer with the scoring blade. All right, so let's talk about our pages. You guys heard me say a funny word, jeeping. That's spelled J-E-E-P-I-N-G, just like the car. So the jeeping is that reinforced edge along the side of our pages. So you can find the jeeping on our traditional pages. They do not come on our slide-in pages. So this is something that is only going to work with our slide-in pages, but it'll work with our 12x12, our 8x8, and even our happy albums. The main thing is you just have to have that jeeping. Okay, so I am going to work on doubling the size of your page. So if you've ever been working on a page and you just have so many photos and you can't narrow it down and you really just wish that you could extend the size of your page, that is what we will be doing. So in order to do that, we first need to switch out our blades. So I'm going to remove my straight blade and pull out my scoring blade. I love that they can just be hidden nicely away beneath the trimmer. All right. So I've got my scoring blade in, and now I'm going to put my page in my trimmer, and I'm going to be attempting to score as close to the jeeping as I can without actually scoring on the jeeping. So it'll be better to score a little more into your page than it would be to score on the jeeping. Okay, so I'm just going to place this on my trimmer here. I'm going to use the edge at the bottom to make sure I'm getting a straight line. I'm using one of these dotted line here to get my initial placement. And then when I close the arm, I'm going to pop out the little sight lines to see how I'm doing. So according to this, I'm a little too close to the jeeping. So I'm just going to cheat that out just a wee bit. Looks like I'm doing better now. So I'm going to go ahead and score. Now when you're scoring, you don't want to apply too much pressure, especially on thinner paper, because you may, you know, we don't know our own strength, and you may end up going through the paper just by pushing too hard. So in general, it's just better to give yourself a couple of extra motions with the scoring blade. Better to do it softly too many times than to do it too hard, too much, just the one time. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've been given a line very, very close to the jeeping, just the way we want it. So I'm actually now done with my trimmer. I'm going to set that aside. The next thing we need to address are the staples. The staples here are used to keep this in the binding of our scrapbook, but we will be attaching this in a different way, so we actually need to get rid of those staples. And the easiest way to do that is to take your multi-purpose tool, stick it into your staple, and just give it a little twist up, and then twist in the opposite direction. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I practiced this before filming, and I was so surprised by how easy it was. I was prepared to fight and have to like really work at it, but just a couple little pulls and it's out. So you'll see this looks like a little, you know, ragged. Honestly, that kind of disappears once you start working, but if it bothers you, you can sort of rub over that with your multi-purpose tool. It smooths it out a bit, and it'll start to disappear. You could also take some fine tip scissors and go over, you know, remove some of that stuff, but I promise you it starts to disappear as soon as you start working. All right, so now I have a page that has been scored along one side of the jeeping and then has had the staples removed along the other side. Now I'm going to bring in another page. This one is unaltered, brand new, and I am going to use that as my base. Now, this is the one that I've scored. I do want to make sure that I've gotten a good score here, so I'm going to go ahead and follow that line. Should be fairly simple since we use that scoring blade. And I'm going to take my multi-purpose tool, and I'm just going to go over that reinforced edge, the jeeping, just to give it a good flattening. You can do that with either the bendy side or the more, you know, the pointy triangular side. All right. Wham, bam. Okay. So now I'm going to take that base page. This is the one that has not been altered in any way. And I'm going to take my photo tape. Now, photo tape is so easy to use. It's just on this spool here. There's a little metal teething at the top for the ripping. So I just want to sort of measure out enough. That looks good. Of course, I fumble that. All right, so you guys can't see this very well because it's clear tape on white backing, but the tape only actually takes up about half of this paper. So you have an edge to hold on one side, and then the tape is on the other. So I'm just going to take my base page, the one with the jeeping that's intact, and I'm going to put my photo tape, line it up on that edge, and I'm just going to make sure it goes all the way top to bottom. Come back with my finger, maybe even with my multi-purpose tool. Make sure I've got a good base there. And then I can remove the wax paper backing. And you guys can't see that very well here, but let me just pull it up for you. You can see a little bit more at the top because I chewed the edge a bit. But this is now all sticky. Now I'm going to take that page that I have scored and removed the staples of, and I'm going to line it up. And you want to make sure that you are getting this as perfectly straight as possible, especially in relation to the top and bottom edges. All right, so I'm just going to sort of hover over top. Once I think I've gotten it straight, I can go ahead and push that jeeping together. So I'm using my finger first. Now I can take that multi-purpose tool again, apply some pressure this way. And now I have a beautiful flip out page. So you can turn a 2-page spread into a 4-page spread. So I did one a little bit earlier. I didn't adhere it yet, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. All right, so I've got my page here. That would be our left-hand page. And then our right-hand page would look a little something like this. Again, these are not adhered yet because I was trying to save a little time. But so now I've got all of my horseback riding pictures here, but there were so many pictures I couldn't decide. These pages look good together. And then I flip, and I'll have to scoot so you guys can see. Now I've got 3 more pages that look, and they all look really beautiful together. Now you can do this on the opposite side as well. So I could have this side be flipped out, and then I could have built a flip out here. So now we would have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of pictures, not to mention the pages on the front. So it would have been 6 pages total of your photos. Now, this is not something I would recommend doing on every single page of your album. It is going to get very bulky and heavy, but for those special occasions or for those moments where you just can't decide, it definitely is going to work wonders. So wasn't that simple? I promised you guys it would be easy, and I think I lived up to that. Just a couple scoring, pop out some staples, line up your adhesive, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and you have a super fancy looking flip out page. Now, one thing I did not show you guys was how to put on page protectors. You can still put page protectors on these pages, and I implore you to do that. You just have to do, a little bit of shimmy work with your page protectors, being very careful not to rip them. If that, freaks you out a little bit, you can always do the prep work of your pages beforehand, build up your pages, get them adhered to your page, put on the page protectors, and then adhere the flip out page to your page. And then all of your page protectors will be on, and it'll be marvelous. Okay, so it's really up to you guys and how you want to handle that. All right, that is about all I have for this week. If you guys are looking for more ways to connect, I would encourage you to find me on Instagram or Facebook. Both of those handles are Scrap with Ash, so I'm very easy to find. I post daily content there, and it is the easiest way to reach me one-on-one. And if you're looking for more inspiration, make sure you check out my website. I'm posting in-person and virtual events. My next in-person event is this coming Saturday, so all of you North Carolina natives, I would love to see you there. And then, as always, if there's anything in this video that you guys are interested in, please visit my Creative Memories website and do all of your shopping there, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you love all things Creative Memories, let's talk about having you join my team. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Bye!